It's Thursday, September 9th, 2021. I'm on the road again, out to the Mojave Desert of Southern California today. We got a good influx of monsoon moisture surging in, and we got a lot of instability, and the high-res models today are anticipating storms firing out into the western Mojave Desert. So right now I'm on Interstate 15 northbound through Victorville, and I'll be heading to an area that I like to stage. I'll be heading to a staging area somewhere between here and Barstow. That's where I'm heading right now, and I've got an amazing storm literally right in front of me. And it's looking just absolutely amazing. So hang with me and let's see what we can get out of this. The storm is actually looking pretty amazing. It's already got some interesting structure on it. A little area of lowering right off just to the left of looking down the lane that I'm in. Northbound 15, just passing through the north half of Apple Valley. This storm has gone severe thunderstorm warned, and it's looking pretty amazing right now. Not sure if you could see it, but I'm driving through a pretty intense dust storm right now that's being blown out of this storm. I just got on Highway 58 westbound. I'm going to try to get on the north side of this cell, as this cell is moving to the northwest. So that's my intention, is to get on the north side. Man, I would say that the wind gusts are probably severe levels right now. I am literally having trouble maintaining myself in the lane here. Trying to stay to the left because the wind is blowing from left to right. And here we go. I'm probably gonna be shrouded in some really thick dust right now. It's amazing how the camera can actually see better than my eyes. Oh boy, here we go. It's not looking good. But anyway, being rocked around pretty hard. Crazy dust on this thing. I'm now passing through Hinckley, which is just a few miles west of Barstow. My car is rocking back and forth. Look at that wind. I am being pummeled right now. This is a severe thunderstorm that I'm literally in the middle of. I was trying to get on the north side of the storm, but the storm quickly expanded to the north, got overwhelmed by dust and now heavy rain and severe wind gusts right now. So I'm trying to ride this out. My vehicle is rocking back and forth. Oh, mackerel. I'm about, probably about 10 miles west of Barstow in a little farming community called Hinckley. So the first storm just kind of went through this area. There's another storm that's forming off just to my southeast in the same spot where the first storm just went through. So I'm going to be probably sitting here for a few minutes and just watching this thing. I think what it's going to do is pretty much exactly the same thing what the previous cell just did. So a lot of CGs went slamming down to the ground. Fortunately, there was a lot of wind and dust, but I think with the rain that had fallen out of the first cell that came through, everything is dampened down and we shouldn't have the dust like we did. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to see some really nice CGs out of this. So I'm going to sit here and wait a few minutes and see what happens. The first cell is right over there. It's moved northwest off into the open desert. A few bolts of lightning out there, mostly inside the cloud. I haven't seen any really hit the ground anymore. I've had a few really good ones as I was driving just come slamming down right in front of me. Hopefully I got it on the dash cam, so we'll have to see when I go back and review the video. So that's the cell that I'm going to keep an eye on. It's tracking into the same area. Doesn't look like the first storm worked over the atmosphere too much. There seems to be a boundary that's coming through here. A little wave had moved through, so it's creating some forcing. And the line of storms, this is looking to the northwest, and then this is to the southeast. It stretches down all the way down into Riverside County. I'm in San Bernardino County right now. Probably about 60 to 80 miles, maybe 100 miles this whole line. Oh, got a nice CG right in front of me. I don't know if I picked it up. I swung the camera to the left and the CG came down. So the storm is cranking up a little bit. There's some lightning, some rolls of thunder. Of course, it comes with the lightning. But I'm just continuing to keep an eye on it, and hopefully I don't get hit with too much rain before I can get some good good footage for time lapsing. It's an interesting feature below the base of this cell, also right over here. Looks to be something, kind of something like right in here. You know, some inflow that's going. It's going in. Well, I've got some thunder that's rolling almost directly over my head. It's a little concerning because there could be a CG that drops out of this thing right on my head or very close by. So might have to seek shelter in the car or just get the hell out of here and go to another spot. It is starting to rain a little bit, so if the rain gets any stronger than this, I'm going to definitely have to reposition. One thing got to watch out for these little guys, these ants. They bite, they sting. And it looks like the rain is now picking up, so it looks like I'm going to have to move. All right, well, I'm repositioned about 5 miles, let's say southeast of my previous location. I don't know, it took me a second there to try to figure that out. Well, anyway, so I'm looking at some stuff that is out toward the southeast right now, trying to determine which one of these is going to be productive. And well, had a roll of thunder coming out of this right now. So there was a strike, and interesting feature over here. Not sure if you'd be able to see it, but let me see. I'm going to flip the camera. That could be a legitimate funnel. Well, what do you know? Looking further to the southeast, there's got some interesting features right there. Further down to the southeast, we've got actually a severe thunderstorm out from that direction. That looks like it's a pretty interesting lower part of it. Wow. Well, fun. All right, I want to make a comment about this little spot right here. This looks like an area of development that, like right over here, that's trying to get itself going. So I'm going to keep an eye on that, because that area is going to move off into some favorable environment toward the northwest. So just going to sit here and watch that, and if it starts to show some signs of intensification, I'm going to reposition off in that direction over there and head a little bit further west, and try to get into a good spot for observations on that. So we got an area of rapid development going on right here toward my southeast. That actually looks like it might be to the northeast of Lucerne Valley. It's out in open desert, and that thing's pretty much going to be tracking northwest. I'm going to keep an eye on that, because the potential for that thing to actually cross Interstate 40 somewhere between Daggett and Newberry Springs. There's a good chance just based on its position, but we'll have to monitor it for a little bit before I decide to head in that direction. Meanwhile, this area continues to show some growth, so I'm going to be watching that closely as well. So this guy here is starting to show some intensification. It's already got a 1/2-inch hail marker on it, so that's telling me that it's intensifying. Meanwhile, right here above me, got some beautiful mamatas. This is from the previous cell that about 15-20 minutes ago had been out in that direction toward the southeast, and just slowly kind of migrated its way to the northwest out there. So So I was getting ready to reposition, but I wanted to stop and just point out that cell over there. That's actually a line of very strong to severe thunderstorms just about crossing over Interstate 40 right now, just to the east of Barstow, probably about 25 miles, maybe 30-ish miles or so, and they're pretty amazing. So there's two cells to my south, actually south, and one of it is more to my west. This one and this one. So this one being a little smaller. Just trying to keep an eye on it. It's been nearly stationary. So the cell that I was trying to head to toward the west, excuse me, toward Kramer Junction along Highway 58, I think I'm going to abandon that intercept, but there is a little bit of, let's see if I could just try to get it picked up now. But anyway, right in this area right here, there is a little bit of towers that are trying to get built up, but everything is actually kind of blowing away from me. There's some inflow heading off in that direction, but if I head off in that direction, everything is going to be moving north and kind of away from me, and I don't want to sit there and have to literally run after stuff. So what I think I'm going to do is, and I'm going to spin around here, but this line, this storm complex over here, there's some new development on the lead flanking line of it that I'm going to keep an eye on, because that's a lot closer. That's heading back the direction I came from, and closer to Barstow. This is looking toward the east, and I'm going to watch that because it could potentially be a new line of storms. I'm heading south on Interstate 15, about 5 miles south of Barstow, and got something developing right overhead right here. I was hoping to try to intercept that severe that's heading into San Bernardino, but my gosh, it's crazy when you have a lot of choices. Doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's frustrating. Well, I was heading south on the freeway, made it to Alpa Valley, and I saw this guy behind me forming. So I got off the freeway, turned around, and came back up. So I'm heading north back to Barstow. This has the potential to actually be a pretty decent storm. So I guess I'm just a glutton for punishment right now. LOL. Nah, forget it. Turned around, heading back south. But I am keeping an eye on that tower that's going up. That's the last of everything heading northwest into the open high desert. Well, guys, decided to abandon the chase today. It's 6 o'clock, 6 p.m., and I'm in Victorville, California, and the last of the action is moving off to the northwest out into open desert. There isn't really much energy left for these cells to hold up. Everything's pretty much died off. These are just some remnant towers and some remnant precipitation coming down, heading off into the northwest as the sun is starting to set. So much of the action fired off a little bit earlier than what was modeled. Really tried to plan my day well enough that I could get out as the storm's starting to fire off. But as soon as I got to my target, storm was already severe. It was already just raising hell and letting loose. And so I was only able to catch it right in the middle of everything and then trailing off to the end. So unfortunately, I didn't get to sit there and watch the storm, you know, evolve from birth to finish. So I guess it is what it is. It happens, but man, it really is kind of a bummer. So anyway, I'm going to end it right here and head back home. So I'll catch you next time.